This is Magna Park, Lutterworth, GLP's flagship logistics park in the heart of England. It's Europe's largest and it's now home to 49 buildings, 33 customers and over 13 million square feet of logistics space, plus woodland walks in Magna Wood, 200 acres of farmland transformed into a new country park for the public, including boardwalks, wetlands and ponds, an orchard and wildflower meadow, over 1.5 million trees planted across the site, and a logistics training college. And it's still growing. GLP are building to satisfy the high demand for space as well as the high demand for quality too. This building over here next to me achieved BREEAM's Excellent certificate. BREEAM stands for the Building Research Establishment Environmental Assessment Method, and it's the world's longest established method for assessing, rating and certifying the sustainability of a building. And whilst the BREEAM Excellent certification this building achieved is indeed the gold standard, this building over here has gone one step further. BREEAM Outstanding, the top and hardest to achieve rating. The BREEAM Outstanding rating is fantastic and something that everyone is incredibly proud of. But how does the BREEAM assessment process actually work? BREEAM uses independent assessors to certify buildings, and the process begins at the design stage, and a second assessment is made once the building has completed. Assessors focus on 10 distinct areas of sustainability. Management. How are the teams managed during construction to achieve sustainability goals? Transport. How connected is the building to sustainable modes of transport? Pollution. Have the levels of pollutants released into the surrounding environment been minimised? Water. What is the building's water usage, wastage, and how is water managed? Waste. How much waste is generated during construction and the likely waste after completion? Energy. How energy efficient is the building? Materials. How sustainable are the materials that have been used? Health and well-being. What will life be like for the people who work in the building? Land use and ecology. What impact does the building have on the surrounding land? And finally, innovation. Did the construction go the extra mile with new designs and new technologies to improve the overall sustainability of the building or its community? All these categories are given different weightings in the scoring system. And why does all this matter? Well, here's an interesting little extra fact. The average CO2 emissions savings associated with a BREEAM Excellent development is 32%. But for a BREEAM Outstanding development, it's a massive 66%. That's a huge difference. And CO2 emissions are, as we all know, very important. To find out more about MPS 9 and its BREEAM Outstanding rating, I met with development surveyor Emily Legale. So Emily, what can you tell us about the building?
Yes, so we're on MPS 9 here today, and this is a 388,000 square foot building and includes GLP's enhanced specification. So that includes 15% roof lights, 50-metre service yard, 27 loading doors, 4 level access doors, and the roof is PV ready with a ton of other energy saving features.
So vital statistics in logistics then.
Now, GLP have been pioneering in going way beyond the market norm in terms of sustainability. So what can you tell us about that?
GLP actually developed its first net zero for construction building in 2020, which was magnitude 314. MPS 9 is GLP's seventh building, and we've got 4 more coming in the next few weeks. So we're always trying to do more.
And how was the building able to achieve that top rating of outstanding?
Well, the first thing to say is that GLP have been developing top quality buildings for a really long time now, and our specification generally takes us to BREEAM Excellent, but to get to Outstanding, we just had to go that little bit further.
And what were those extra things that you needed to do to get that top rating?
So materials is a really important consideration. So that's using low carbon, sustainable and recycled where possible. So for example, we use recycled aggregates in the floor slab and foundation.
And just talking about sustainability, what else are the sustainable features of MPS 9?
So we've got LED lighting, we've got low flush toilets, water management systems, and many more other features. We actually have a small array of PV already on the roof, and then the rest of the roof is ready for solar to be put on it. Another really important consideration for the energy usage is commissioning an energy modelling report, which we did, and it really helped us understand how the building would perform.
And what about waste?
Waste is also a really important consideration, and on this project, no waste went to landfill.
And what can you tell me about the ecology of the site?
We actually made some really big biodiversity net gains on this project during the planting scheme.
So overall, some carbon emission savings during construction?
Yes, we were really happy with the amount of carbon we were able to reduce in this project, which was well below the industry standard.
And I believe there are some numbers that the entire team can be proud of.
Yeah, so actually in the BREEAM Green Book Assessment, this building ranks second in the country for logistics and 7th in the country for all buildings.
That's fantastic. Emily, thank you so much.
Thank you.
But this isn't GLP's first outstanding building. They've also been achieving outstanding results in Corby, where I'm joined by Peter Baird, Senior Construction Manager for GLP. Hi, Peter.
Hi, Nikki.
Firstly, what can you tell us about this building?
This is GLP's new Magna Park, just outside Corby in the centre of England. It's another site with excellent transport links to the UK trunk road and motorway network. The master plan allows for 4.5 million square foot of development across 6 units. The largest of these will be just over 1 million square feet, and there's another just under 1 million square feet.
So the park is set in 350 acres, 120 acres of which are woodland, which is for the benefit of both the workers at the park, but also the local communities too.
That's right. The woodland has a series of nature trails and running tracks. This is all part of the G+ offering that sets GLP apart and really makes our development stand out.
And you've already built 2 BREEAM Outstanding buildings here in Corby.
That's right. Both MPC2 and MPC3 have both achieved BREEAM Outstanding ratings. This puts them amongst the top 1% of industrial buildings assessed in the UK. It's an achievement that we're all incredibly proud of.
I'm sure you are. We heard from Emily in Lutterworth that GLP have been achieving high marks for their developments. What did you have to do here to take this to the next rating?
Well, we're doing many of the same things here in Corby that we did at MPS 9 in Lutterworth.
So, for example, waste and water?
That's right. We ensured that zero waste went to landfill during construction. And in terms of water management, we've installed rainwater harvesting systems for use in toilet flushing in the offices. We've also installed low-flow water taps and smart metering.
And what about energy systems?
We install low-energy LED light fittings, and we maximise the use of natural light across our developments. Air source heat pumps provide heating through a clean source of energy. Solar thermal installed on the rooftop provide hot water without the need for gas. And our buildings are incredibly airtight. Typically, we target air permeability scores of below 1. And the building overall has a top EPC rating of A.
You scored extra points for the transport infrastructure. Tell me a little bit about that.
We've provided sustainable transport links from Corby. These include cycleways, and we've provided plenty of electric vehicle charging points.
And will all these aspects be the same for the rest of the buildings on the site?
They will indeed. We've just started the third building on site, and all of the buildings across the site will achieve net zero carbon in construction.
Peter, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So there you have it. At Magna Parks in both Lutterworth and Corby, GLP are setting new standards in logistics with outstanding developments.